Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. This is an unscheduled Love Storm Show episode. Today, as I always try to want to encourage, motivate, inspire you not to give up on love. Don't stop loving so you don't miss your blessing, because love is certainly everything, and turn it up. Today, I just want to come on here, and as you see, it's hashtagged here, don't diminish yourself. What's been happening the more, and it has increased, that people are going through some trying times. And because they desire so much to be engaged in relationships and commitments, what you want to remember is don't diminish yourself. Don't allow yourself to be a step stool for someone else, especially when it's negative and derogatory. You want to hold fast. People must meet you where you are, or even furthermore, if they are willing and able to even guide you. But don't diminish yourself to the point where it defames your character. It puts you in a motion or a mood where you just so livid that you can't focus, you can't function, you can't do things, that you feel left out, you feel small, you feel alone. When we are engaged in relationships with people, people have to assume responsibility that when they engage in coming into these relationships, they're coming for a positive reason. That's to grow together and conquer things together. So many people come into relationships to tear another down, all because they start finding themselves being jealous of one because one may be a bit stronger in an area, an aspect in life. And we shouldn't do that. We are on the same team. When you are in a committed relationship with someone, you're on the same team. I don't understand why so many people, men and women alike, get in these relationships because they see something. They have a motive. It's something they want. They see your capabilities. They see your strength. They see the endearment that you have, and they want it, but they don't want to put in the work for it. But they want to be able to ride your coattail. So I express that we all have to put in the work when you're in these relationships. You have to. Hey, Miss Lisa, you said, what about just for sexual companionship? The same thing, because see, when we're engaging in just platonic relationships, sexual relationships, you definitely have to bring it. Because if you're putting out energy, they need to be reciprocating the same energy. Therefore, if it's not going the way that you know it should, especially when you're giving your all into that aspect, in that category, may I add, then there's no need for nobody to waste any time. I think I remember saying that long ago, because I used to go through so much troubles in relationships. I tell people I'm at the point where now I'd be like, if it's short term, long term, one night, what is it? I mean, people have to be adults and say exactly what they need, what they're desiring, because it's more so about what they're desiring, not all the time what they need. Because what we need to be doing is continuing to advance and mature on levels that's gonna bring even closer unity to each other, and on a higher plateau of happiness. These things got to go somewhere. If it's not going to where we looking for the relationships to go, defeat the purposes. It's like, did you get something out of it? Did you get a lesson? Did you enhance something? Were you enhanced by something? And furthermore, is there anything else you're looking for that's valuable, that's going to help connect you all closer? So, to everyone has their ranks on what they're looking for. And as I say, people should just be straight up, straightforward, and honest. But nonetheless, we shouldn't be diminishing ourselves for the pleasure of someone else's happiness, because each one of us deserves to be happy. Each one of us are looking for joyous and longevity, enjoyment, happiness, overall wisdom. Because, where I may be at, as far as having some wisdom and knowledge and strength, the other person may not. And we are to exchange. We are seeing a change with each other so that we can help each other get and stand in accord with each other. I was speaking to someone and, just want to encourage others because, again, I could continuously see how it's so heavy how the gentlemen, I haven't seen a lot of guys expressing lady, but I've been seeing a high intensity drive on the women are being mistreated in relationships. They spend 3, 4, 5, 6 in 1 years with someone that has not made any changes, advanced or enhanced to help the relationship grow. Now, speaking from after speaking to a male encounter, speaking from a male encounter, that be my husband, it's stated that men know exactly what they want in a relationship. They know what they need to do to make it work if they so want it. So if someone's in your space, you're committed in these relationships and they're not holding their part, doing their part, or they're half doing it, because those are like a person having one foot in the door and one foot out the door. Don't allow these people to tell you they are confused. That's one of the tricks, one of the main tricks men use, is that they'll tell you they're confused. They're not confused. All they're doing is trying to find out on the other party where they stand because something maybe not balanced over there. So, that goes to say where the grass is greener on the other side. Well, my thing is, if you're that confused, why are you here? I need you out of my space, because there's no way we go through the whole process of getting to know each other, sharing information, exchange. We're just living out this beautiful, because in the beginning, it's always sweet until they get to that part of saying that they're confused. Don't let them waste your time. These times are mostly wasted in relationships that's not committed. Now, you have 2 adults that, hey, I know it's not easy in this marriage. I know it's not easy in these, committed relationships, but you're willing to fight, not with each other. I mean, not against each other, but together to get through, to get through and have the balance as to what you both need and desire. Because if you put everything on the table, what it is that you desire, what we want to fulfill in the relationship, then we know. And if you remind each other, hey, I'm not letting this go. I'm just having a moment, something, crossed my mind. And we have to practice as well to kind of snap ourselves back. I'm still a work in progress on myself with that as well. I have to remind myself or catch myself, and even, have my husband, hold me accountable, as well as vice versa. That when we cross each other or make each other feel some type of way, we are to express that if we feel like boundaries are being crossed. Oh, excuse me. So again, we don't allow yourself to be diminished by somebody. Don't allow somebody to make you their footstool. Don't allow somebody to come and change your story or the story that you all sat down and planned. Because sometimes, people tend to see something that may be greater. They think, quote unquote, something may be greater than where they are. I remember one time, a long time ago, I experienced that where someone, I was dealing with, because of the love I impose on people is so strong and heavy, it lifted them and put them in a higher ranking space. And once they got there, they started wanting to treat me as if I was the one and that needed all this, should I say, rehabbing, need all this care and love. I mean, we all deserve to have this love and stuff if it's true. But I was at a point where I was diminishing myself. And when I realized it, I stood my ground. I'm like, no, this not happening, because I'm not the one. I'm the strong one. I've been the strong one. You decide to change the narrative of the story. So you're not going to keep your part and you have to remove yourself. We can't allow people to take any position in our life and change the story. Okay. Because if we all coming together, like I said, once again, we all coming together on a positive note to lift, encourage, inspire, and motivate, and, get on the grind so that we can live the best life that we can live, and we come together and go against and fight against the things that comes to seek and destroy your relationship. So you have to have a prayer life as well. You can't just be like, I'm going to go day to day on whatever goes, whatever happened, I deal with it. We have to pray for the strength, even when we're having good times. So, folks, don't allow yourself to be diminished. Don't allow I was just looking at a video, I think it was with, T.D. Jackson, Oprah Winfrey, and was saying how you're this 25 gallon in somebody's 10 gallon. You're trying to fill yourself with them. They can't handle it because they have not expanded themselves and allowed themselves to be of the great things that we are or should be, period. So don't try to squeeze yourself into someone's space. Make sure that they are bringing the same balance. Watch for any red flags. Question any and everything. And if a person gets upset because you question something, because you want to be reassured and need to double check something, you need to reevaluate that situation because it's not fair. We want to hope men should be held responsible and accountable because you men, you gentlemen, are the protector and the provider. It seems like it's a really tough job, but don't forget women have a tough job as well. So do understand and know that you're all on the same team. You're not on different teams. And I think this is what causes one of the number one issues in relationships is everybody think they're alone. You're not alone. If you feel alone, that's because one, you have not sat down and been straightforward, open, and honest. It's good to be able to visit each other on a weekly basis to say, hey, how's things going with you? Even being in a household, you can see and know what somebody appears to be, but you really have to sit and have a heart-to-heart talk. So I didn't want to come on here long because, again, I promised I didn't want to make videos too long because people don't have the time like that to sit and listen to these long, drawn-out videos. But I just hope that I give some important things or something that somebody could use for the day and be strengthened by it. And go ahead, there's plenty of videos I have on my album in the album section under videos as well. You can go to the Love Storm Show under YouTube. There are videos there. Also check out my podcast on Spotify under the Love Storm Show. There are a few audios there because, again, everyone don't have time. So, and those audios are very short there. So, again, don't diminish yourself for anybody. Don't let somebody take you off your goal, off your square, off your focus. It doesn't matter who it is. Family, friends, and spouse. Everyone should be held responsible and accountable for their decisions and their choices and the changes that they cause upon someone that brings detriment, turmoil into their space. We could forgive if we know things sometimes just happen, but if people sitting around just plotting and planning on how to bring you down or how to make your day miserable, don't allow people to bring drama to you. Don't allow people to do things and say things without addressing it. Because I think this is the season where people need to gain focus for themselves and cut off anything that's a threat to your mental health, to your spiritual health, and to your happiness. Because it's very important. Right now, it's more important than anything because the negativity in people is increasing. The evilness in people is increasing at an all-time high. People are taking themselves out because they're so consumed with stress and feeling like they don't have anybody to talk to. And people, please, please, please don't judge other people because they're going through it because you feel like you wouldn't do such a thing or you wouldn't say such a thing. You don't know unless you're in that predicament. And even so, if you have a similar situation, it's never the same. So remember, don't diminish yourself because you'll be diminishing others as well. So you all stay strong, stay healthy, stay vibrant, be happy. Anybody that's bringing negativity in your space, tell them, hey, I can't do it, not today. I'm totally someplace else, because guess what? Each of us are already dealing with some things personally. Even those that have the happiest smile on their face, the most wealthiest, everybody is dealing with something at this time right now in our lives. So y'all hang tight. Don't stop loving so you don't miss your blessing. And love is everything. Turn it up. Have a good one.